When you hear the name Switzerland, you probably think of snow-covered Alps, precision watches, delicious chocolate, and of course, strict neutrality. But have you ever stopped to ask a much deeper question? Why is it called Switzerland at all? The answer is far more fascinating than you might expect. It's a story that begins not with a modern nation-state, but with ancient tribes, rugged mountains, medieval alliances, forgotten Latin names, and centuries of political evolution. In this documentary, we're going to explore where the name Switzerland actually comes from, who the ancient Helvetii were, and why the country uses the letters CH on its cars and websites instead of SW. We'll also uncover how a small mountain alliance grew to become a global symbol of neutrality. This is the complete history behind the name Switzerland. Long before Switzerland existed as we know it today, this land was home to ancient tribes. Around the first millennium BCE, a Celtic people known as the Helvetii settled in the region. The Helvetii were farmers and warriors who lived between rivers, forests, and mountains. They built fortified settlements and developed a strong regional identity, carving out a life in this challenging terrain. But in the year 58 BCE, their history changed forever. The Roman general Julius Caesar encountered the Helvetii during his Gallic campaigns. After a decisive battle, Rome defeated them and absorbed their lands into the Roman Empire. The Romans called this new province Helvetia. For the next few centuries, Helvetia became thoroughly Romanized. Latin was spoken in the towns, Roman roads connected the valleys, and trade flourished throughout the region. Even today, this ancient name lives on, often hidden in plain sight. We'll come back to that a bit later. After the fall of the Roman Empire, Helvetia fragmented. Germanic tribes moved into the area, and political control shifted repeatedly over the centuries. By the early Middle Ages, the region was a patchwork of small territories, each ruled by local lords, powerful monasteries, or noble families. Life in the Alps was incredibly harsh. People contended with steep mountains, isolated valleys, and very limited farmland. But this challenging geography is precisely what shaped the people who lived there. The Alpine communities became fiercely independent, remarkably resilient, and deeply protective of their freedom. Among these scattered communities were three key regions: Schwyz and Unterwalden. Their story, born out of necessity, would go on to change the course of European history. In the year 1291, powerful external forces, especially the ambitious Habsburg dynasty, began attempting to control the vital Alpine trade routes that ran through these territories. Fearing a loss of their hard-won autonomy, the leaders of Uri, Schwyz, and Unterwalden decided to act. They formed a defensive pact. This agreement, known today as the Federal Charter of 1291, is widely considered the founding document of modern Switzerland. The alliance was based on a few simple, powerful principles: mutual defense against any and all aggressors, shared resistance against foreign rulers, and a guarantee of local self-governance. Among the three founding cantons, one stood out: Schwyz. It was militarily strong, politically active, and symbolically powerful. As this new alliance began to make a name for itself, outsiders started referring to the entire Confederation by the name of its most influential member. The name Schwyz was gradually adapted by neighboring German speakers, and over time, Schwyz became Swiss, and the land of the Swiss became Switzerland. And that is how the country got its English name. By the 14th and 15th centuries, the Confederation continued to expand. More and more regions, like Lucerne, Zurich, and Bern, joined the alliance, but the name Swiss stuck. Foreign powers, particularly in France, Italy, and the Holy Roman Empire, used the term Swiss to describe the people, their formidable soldiers, and their growing territories. Swiss mercenaries, in fact, gained a fearsome reputation across Europe for their discipline and courage in battle. They were some of the most sought-after soldiers for hire. Over time, the word Swiss evolved from a simple regional label into a proud identity. The word Switzerland literally means the land of the Swiss. But here's where the story of Switzerland's name becomes truly unique and fascinating. Despite being called Switzerland in English, the country doesn't have a single official name in its own national languages. Instead, it has four. In German, it's called Die Schwyz. In French, it's La Suisse. In Italian, it's La Svizzera. And in the minority language Romansh, it's Svizzera. So how do you choose just one without showing favoritism? Well, you don't. To maintain neutrality even in its official name, Switzerland reached back into its ancient history and chose a neutral Latin name, Confoederatio Helvetica. This means the Helvetic Confederation. This is why Swiss coins are stamped with the word Helvetia. It's why Swiss license plates use the letters CH, and why the country's official internet domain is CH. It is a direct and living tribute to the ancient Helvetii tribe that Julius Caesar encountered over 2,000 years ago. Switzerland's geography may have protected it, but it was its politics that truly defined it. After centuries of brutal wars ravaging the European continent, Switzerland formally adopted a policy of permanent neutrality in 1815 at the Congress of Vienna. This single decision has shaped its global image ever since. It meant no involvement in the world wars. It led to Switzerland becoming the host of countless international organizations like the Red Cross and the United Nations in Geneva. It turned the nation into a symbol of diplomacy, peace, and security. Despite immense pressure throughout modern history, Switzerland has carefully preserved its confederation model, which emphasizes strong local governments, direct democracy through referendums, and a deep respect for cultural diversity. The name Switzerland eventually became synonymous with stability, precision, and trust. So to recap, why is it called Switzerland? It's because a powerful region named Schwyz led a medieval alliance. That alliance grew into a confederation of cantons. The people of that confederation became known as the Swiss, and all the while, the ancient name Helvetia was preserved through Latin to serve as a neutral, unifying identity for a multilingual nation. Switzerland is not just a country. It's a living timeline. It's a place where ancient tribes, medieval warriors, and modern democracy all coexist under one name. A name born in the mountains, a name shaped by a fierce desire for freedom, and a name that the entire world now trusts, that is Switzerland. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history behind the name, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to explore more stories behind the names of nations. Thanks for watching.